Welcome to lesson number 18 of math. Mean, median, mode, and range. A test might use these specific words, mean and median. A test might use the word average because that's what these are. That's what mean is. When we talk about the average, we're talking about the mean. So if you'd like to figure out your grade point average and you're taking into college 4 3-hour classes, 12 hours, most places a full load at 12 hours. They're all 3 hours, so they're equal. And as you know, an A is worth 4 quality points. A B is worth 3. A C is worth 2. A D is worth 1, but it's probably not transferable. And an F is 0. So when you want to figure your grade point average, let's say you had an A, 4 points, and another A, 4 quality points, then a B and a B, 3 quality points each. You add them all up. This is the way you find the mean. You get the total and then divide by how many there are, whatever you may be averaging. So when we add these up, we get 14. And then we want to divide 14 by how many there were, and there were 4. 4 into 14 would be 3. 3 times 4 is 12. We subtract and we get 2, but you don't want to tell someone your grade point average is 3 remainder 2. That's not the proper way. So we bring down the 0 and we continue. 4 into 20 is 5. Decimal point can go straight up. We don't need to move it. 5 times 4 is 20, and your grade point average is 3.5. If you had, say, 2 B's and 2 C's, you would add up those quality points, divide by 4, and you would get 2.5, which is a very important grade point average to maintain, because that's what you need to maintain to keep getting most of the free money for college. 2.5, so you don't want to fall below that. Here's a situation. This is the median. The median is the middle number when the numbers have been put in order. So if a student looked at that and wants the middle number, the tendency is to choose the middle number without putting them in order, and that would be wrong. So now we have 3 for the middle number. And here is an even set of numbers. So even though they're in order, there's no middle number, but we can find the middle number. We'll find the mean of the 2 middle numbers. So we add them together. 4 plus 6 is 10, and then we divide by how many there are. There are 2. 2 into 10 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. So even though it's not one of the original numbers, the median of this set of numbers is 5. Just like that. So why would you ever want to find the median? Perhaps you are the manager of a shoe store. And when you place your order for shoes, you don't want to order the mean. That might not be what most people are going to buy. The average size, the mean size, just might be an odd size. So you want to know what is the one that you ordered last year, and the mode will help with that. right over here. Because you want to order in men's shoes, it might, the ones that most men fit might be 9, 10, 11, 12. And the reason you would arrange things in the order of the mode is to place your order for the size of shoes that most people bought last time you ordered. So anything that occurs more than once can be considered a mode. There can be more than one mode in a set of numbers, okay? So those are three of the words you need to understand for averages, for central tendency, and the last one is the simplest one, range. Range is always a subtraction problem. You subtract the little one from the big one, and in this case, we'll say it was 85 degrees one day, and another day you compare it to, it was 25 degrees, so it's always subtraction. The range between the 25 degree day and the 85 degree day is 60 degrees, a range of 60 degrees. Very simple. Mean is the average. If you're familiar with batting averages, that's the mean, but it's based on thousands instead of hundreds. And median is the middle number, which you can find even when there is not one, by adding and then dividing, adding the two middle ones together and dividing by 2, which is finding the mean to get the median. And this is not something you will often be asked to do, maybe never, but if you ever run into a problem that says select the mode, that's the one that occurs most frequently, or even just twice when the others are 1. And range is the simplest of all. Just subtract the smallest from the largest, and that's the range. So many of the lessons we have been through are as simplified as I can make them, and every community college has an excellent math department. So when you have your high school equivalency, you can come to a community college and take their placement test and know that they're not going to put you in a class that's too hard for you. They can tell by the placement test. And they won't put you in one that's too easy for you. They'll place you in the class that you can handle, and then you will have a teacher who is an expert in math at a community college, one who will take you from the basics to the higher levels that you need in order to graduate. Don't get discouraged with your math learning. Probably math is the subject that causes most people to drop out of both high school and college, because it's no fun to get a failing grade, and when you don't get something, it's very difficult. But when you begin to see, I can do this, I'm good at this, then you may actually start to like it. And that will get you where you need to go. You need college if that's the area. If you want to do the academic approach, the way to do it is go to college. Community colleges will not cause you to have to borrow money. You don't want to have student debt to burden you all through your life. Just go to the public community college. You can go from there to a university, get a bachelor's degree, a master's degree. And part-time works just fine, because if you have to work, you have no choice but to go part-time. You can't do both, full-time job and full-time college. You're asking for a lot of stress and a lot of tears. So part-time college works very nicely for working people. It just takes a little longer, but if you keep at it, you end up with a degree. So thank you for your attention, and goodbye.